Before we get in the video, please like, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, go ahead and leave a comment below, and click on the How You Can Help, which brings up the Family Friendly Game website and gives you lots of ideas how you can help us. Thank you. Hey everybody, Paul Burry, Family Friendly Gaming, and this is FFG Chronicles on modern day book burnings. I realized recently that the cancel culture is nothing new. In fact, you go back and look at World War II era, even World War I era, and there was this thing called book burnings. And they would go and burn books. Why? They were offended by the content in the books. They would delete and destroy anything that they didn't like. Does that sound familiar? Yes, exactly. The cancel culture is doing the exact same thing. Well, someone said something 12 years ago and we're offended by it, and they shouldn't be allowed to work, they shouldn't be allowed to own property, they shouldn't. It's like, wait, you're trying to, in essence, take the book burning concept from the past and move it into completely destroy and obliterate someone you disagree with, someone that you're offended by. Now, I understand there's going to be people who are going to be offended by this video because I'm pointing out that the snowflakes are doing what was done in the past. The same thing. They're just doing it worse, right? I mean, when there were book burnings, they'd have this big old bonfire, you'd throw all the books on there you didn't like, that you were offended by, and you burned it. It was your own property. You didn't destroy the author. You didn't like say the author can't write any more books, the publisher can't publish anything else, we're not going to let them do any more work ever again. They didn't go to that extreme, but they did burn the books because they didn't like them. And we're seeing the exact same thing with them taking down statues. I didn't like this person because of something in their life, and so I'm going to pull down the statue. Well, it's just the same thing. You're just destroying what you don't like. And I understand there's all kinds of things that are offensive. I'm offended by all kinds of things, tons of stuff. But I'm not going out there and trying to destroy the lives of every single person who offends me, or every little thing that I find offensive. I mean, if I was doing that, then every single gaming media outlet I disagree with must be immediately shut down. Well, that's not going to happen, is it? Of course not. So you got to see the whole logic here. And it's funny, to me at least, that the people who say they celebrate diversity and they're tolerant of different views are actually the ones who try and destroy anything and anyone that they disagree with. So they're not really tolerant. They're not really celebrating. Instead, they're destroying, right? So I'm like, that's messed up. That's really, really messed up. And I think this kind of a concept, this kind of perspective mentality needs to be out there, and people need to go, wait a minute, you're right. We're just repeating the mistakes of the past. And I'm pretty sure there was a pretty intelligent person in the past that said those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it. Well, guess what? We have a lot of ignorant people who don't know history, and they're doing the exact same problems and mistakes from the past. So what we need is people to say, you know what? I'm going to live and let live. I'm going to agree to disagree. I go places and I disagree with stuff, but I don't sit there and tear it down. In fact, I'll give you a perfect example. I went to the President Carter Presidential Museum. Okay, I thought he was one of the worst presidents we ever had. When we went to the President Carter Museum, I saw some stuff that was complete lies and fabrications, right? They had stuff in there that was like not true. And I didn't just tear it down because it was lies. I just go, oh, this doesn't belong. I'm gonna rip it down. I'm gonna rip down all of his statues and all his stuff because he was a bad president and I disagreed with him and he's lying in his library. No. Now, Peter and I were making jokes and making fun of President Carter, and we offended some other people there. And I'm sure they wanted us thrown out because we made comments they didn't approve of, because we were telling the truth. And since when is telling the truth offensive? Since when is being accurate and logical the wrong thing to be? You have to sit there and tell the emperor He's not standing there naked with his new clothes. The emperor is actually wearing such a wonderful garment. You know, I'm sorry, that's fantasy. I'm going to deal in reality. So that's my thoughts on modern day book burnings. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.